viewers, welcome to my channel Life's Calculations. We are still on chapter number 24, Measures of Central Tendency, and my today's topic from that chapter is median, lower quartile, upper quartile and interquartile range. Median is not a new topic for you, but lower, upper quartiles and interquartile range are definitely the new things. So we are going to see them carefully. First of all, I will start with the median of raw data only. Okay, raw data, all of you know, simple ungrouped data where we simply enlist the elements by using the commas only. Okay, suppose I write all your test marks may be out of 15. Okay, so this kind of data is known as your raw data. Maybe 7 students marks we write here. This is called a raw data. Okay, so whenever students we have to start to find the median, the first and the foremost step before the application of any formula is to arrange the data in an ascending or descending order. Okay, remember, ascending or descending order, your choice. If you arrange them in either of the orders, answer will be same only. After we have arranged in ascending or descending order, then we are going to see that what is the number of observations. Number of observations can be odd or number of observations can be even also, right? If number of observations is odd, first of all we need to see what is the median. Median is simply the middlemost value of the data. Middlemost value of the data, right? So, once the ascending order has been arranged, we are simply going to pick the middlemost value. It means same number of terms before that number and same number of terms after that. Okay, so let me first of all arrange it in ascending order. It will be 2, 3, then we have 9, then 10 and 14. 14 are repeating, so we are going to write that. First of all we should write 12 also here, right? So this many are the numbers, and count. Earlier we were given 7, so in the answer ascending order also we should have 7 only, right? Now middlemost from this ascending order, middlemost from this data is surely your 10, value, because there are 3 terms before this and 3 terms after this. So this is the middlemost, easily can be seen. Now if the number of observations is more, then you can apply the formula. In that case, for n odd number of observations, the median is n plus 1 by 2th observation. This is the formula, n plus 1 upon 2th observation. Means we will put the value of n, and whatever number comes, that number of observation in the data will be the answer of the median. Now we go to the even number of observations. If this is so, then surely just try to imagine, beta, if we have got a even number of observations, then middlemost will not be the single value like this. Middlemost will be the 2 values. Okay, in that case we have to simply take the mean, means the average of those 2 middlemost values. In that case the formula will become half means we are taking the average or the mean. It will be n by 2th observation, okay, plus next to this n by 2 plus 1th observation. Okay, so that observation at this place, whatever is the observation, that will be the answer of our median. Okay, so this is all about the median of the raw data only. Median of raw data, ascending order, first step would be to arrange in ascending order. Second is to check whether n is odd or even. Then accordingly we are going to apply the formula for the odd or the even number of observations, right? So students, now I take up the formulae and the meaning of lower and upper quartile. First of all, let us start with the portion lower quartile, and I will tell you the meaning of this term first. Lower then upper, but try to understand first of all. Suppose you have got this data, okay, this is the range of the data, and suppose from point A to B I have represented my data. This is the lower value, let us say 0. Suppose this is the uppermost value, suppose 100. Okay, from 0 to 100 I have arranged my data. Okay, and now suppose this is its middlemost value. Okay, now this middlemost value, if I represent by some point, okay, by some point, let us say, let me write this as Q2. I will tell you why I am writing Q2. Okay, so after taking this point Q2, I have divided whole of the data into two equal parts. Two equal parts means A Q2 is equal to Q2 into B, Q2B, right? Means this portion, let me show it, this portion A Q2 is equal to Q2B. Okay, simply means that Q2 is our median. Q2 is our median because Q2 is the middlemost value. Why I have written 2 here? Because it divides the data into two equal parts, right? This was all about median, right? Median we have just seen. Again, let us suppose one thing more, that this AQ2 portion means from this part AQ2 only means first half of the data. Again I divide it into two equal parts by taking this point Q2 Q1, by taking Q1 in its center, at its center. Simply means that now AQ1 portion will be equal to Q1 into Q2 portion. Okay, means again AQ2 portion has been divided into two equal parts with the help of point Q1. Okay, so this Q1 now is called the lower quartile. This is the meaning of the lower quartile, students. Okay, lower quartile is what? Is the middlemost value of the first half of our data, first half. Okay, then exactly same way the middlemost value of the second half also, Q2B was our second half, and we have divided Q2B also into two equal parts, and let us say now that point is Q3. So Q3 now will be known as upper quartile. Okay, so students, just see, median was our first half of the data. Second half, again first half has been divided into two equal parts by the lower quartile, and second half has been divided into two equal parts by the upper quartile. Okay, so after dividing it like this, we have got four equal parts. AQ1 is our first part, Q1 Q2 is our second part, then Q2 Q3 is our fourth part, and Q3B is our next part. Okay, so hope these things are clear. So four equal parts we have got, right? And this way we calculate the answers of median, lower quartile and upper quartile. Okay, and just now here if I define here what is the meaning of interquartile range, then I will come to the formula of lower and upper quartile. First of all, try to understand interquartile range. Interquartile range is simply a numerical number. Okay, and how do we get it? We will get it by simply the difference of the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Suppose your upper quartile is 60, suppose, and your lower quartile is 20, suppose only I am saying, then what will be interquartile range? It will be simple 40 difference. Okay, so that's all about the definition part. Now we come to the formulae part. Of our upper and lower quartile. Students, these formulae are very much important for the exams. You need to learn the formulae only, then easily the things can be solved. So first of all, let us start with the lower part. Formulae, first of all, lower quartile I am going to tell. Here I will first of all discuss the case when n is odd and when n is even. Okay, the value of lower quartile will be n plus 1 by 4 that numberth observation. Okay, when n is odd, right? and when n is even, then the value of lower quartile is n by fourth only. Okay, these quartiles divide the data into 4 equal parts, that is first 1/4 part we are getting as lower quartile, so that number of observation. Okay students, now let us start with the upper quartile, right? So here we need to see the formulae when n is odd again and when n is even, right? So when n is odd, what will be the formula for the upper quartile? See the formula very carefully. 3 into n plus 1 by 4th, okay, part or that numberth observation will be your upper quartile when n is odd, and when n is even, then it will be simply your, just see the formula, symmetry in the formula you have to see. 3n by 4th observation will give you the value of the upper quartile. Once whether for odd or even number of observations are there, we will put the values of n here, get that number of observation, that will be your upper and lower quartile. Okay, then simply you will put those formulae here and you will calculate what is the meaning of interquartile range, that is q3 minus q1. Right students, so that was all about the information part of this. Okay, next coming up very soon will be the next video on this topic. Till now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and stay tuned, because each and every topic I am going to discuss with proper explanation. Thank you very much for watching.